The economic risks of the war are getting real for Americans. Stock markets ended the week down again as the conflict drags on. This as U.S. crude oil costs are pumped up, now more than $98 a barrel, up from $67 3 weeks ago. CBS's Andres Gutierrez in Los Angeles with more on the energy shock. Andres.
Good evening, Jerika. Gas on average here in California more than $5 a gallon. While the prices keep going up, the supply isn't, and that is making the biggest difference for this generation.
If you're grumbling about the cost of gasoline these days, you could be grumbling louder come March.
That was 1974. An Arab oil embargo ended up shutting down some gas stations across America.
2 days I've been trying to get gas.
The government printed ration coupons never used.
Let's go, move it!
And told drivers which days they could fill up.
Any motorist with more than a quarter full tank of gas will not be allowed to buy more fuel at its member stations.
That won't happen today.
What would actually have to happen for there to be an actual crisis here?
Well, it depends how you define a crisis. I think in the United States, we're very unlikely to see a crisis in the sense of having gas lines or shortages.
Half a century later, the war with Iran is squeezing the world's oil supply, but the United States doesn't get most of its oil from the Middle East. More than half of our crude comes from Canada. Mexico is second, and Saudi Arabia is a distant third.
Even though the United States produces about as much oil as it consumes, we have a free market in oil. That excess demand or shortage of supply drives up the price everywhere.
The U.S. produces millions of barrels of crude oil from 32 states and exports more than 4 million barrels of crude oil a day. President Trump is pushing to produce even more, invoking a Cold War emergency law to restart offshore drilling at a rig near Santa Barbara, California, that can produce 50,000 barrels a day. The Strait of Hormuz is blocking 20 million.
When oil prices go up, gasoline prices are allowed to rise.
And Eureka, the ripple effects are just beginning. The price of fertilizer is up 30%, raising concerns of higher prices at the grocery store. And the price of helium has doubled since the war began.
Affecting so many things. Andres Gutierrez in Los Angeles, thank you.